What doesn't matter is your preferred playstyle. But if you want to own the best ships in Star Citizen, your hourly aUEC income does. These are the 5 most efficient solo ships to boost your hourly aUEC gains. Plus, I'll throw in one of my personal favorite moneymakers as an added extra towards the end, so stick around for that. Number 1. Refueling. Brand new in the verse are the new refueling mechanics, and with that, some pretty good earnings in the current patch. Your options are rather limited in terms of ships. You've got the MISC Starlight, Starfarer and Gemini to choose from. The Starlight being your entry-level ship, and Starfarers are your top-of-the-line refueling ships in Star Citizen. In future, there will be debate between which is better between the Starfarer and Gemini, the military variant, but at the moment, the latter simply wins by a mile. Refueling is relaxing, super easy and satisfying once that client flies off tank full. The Gemini will set you back 14 million aUEC credits in-game and can be purchased from Lorville on Hurston. It's not only a tough, rugged military ship and one of the OG big ships of Star Citizen, but comes with plenty of firepower all round. Interior-wise, the Starfarer really gives you that old-school sci-fi movie vibes, and it definitely feels incredibly dated compared to newer, more modern ships in the verse. You've got a really nice living space, bed to log out of, and plenty of space for cargo or as much as 7 Cyclone rovers. The only thing that's missing is a medical bed, but you can always bring an Ursa Medivac along with you to keep you healthy on your travels. Refueling pays really well at higher levels, but the Starlight won't be of much use past the first rank, I'm afraid. Not currently anyways. Number 2. Mercenary, bounty hunting and exploring. When it comes to making aUEC with bounty hunting and mercenary contracts, there are some very particular requirements. You've got to be able to handle medium to very hard bounties, but also provide vehicle transport and medical facilities for mercenary work. Yes, that sounds crazy, but if you want a great solo ship that can do it all and is tough as nails, get the MISC Starlancer TAC. Sure, it's not the most maneuverable or fastest ship there is, but it's a great moneymaker. My main ways of making money with the TAC are either farming Gillis missions 4 to 7, VHRT bounties, loading up a Cyclone or X1 hoverbike and heading to bunkers for planetary assassinations and more. Of course, you also have the option to take the Fury Snub Fighter along via the top hangar. You've got 4 respawns via 2 medical beds and enough hull armor to fend off most small weapons with a smile. The Starlancer TAC costs 13.3 million aUEC in-game and can be purchased from both Area 18 and Lorville in Stanton. Yes, I know there's always going to be the Drake Corsair crowd, and while it's a decent option, the TAC is just better in almost every way in my opinion. Number 3. Salvage. If combat scenarios and mercenary work are not your thing, you can always clean up after the rest and get into salvaging. The earnings are great once you get access to bigger hulls to scrape, but which ship will be the most profitable for solo pilots in Star Citizen interested in salvaging? While the Salvation, Fortune and Vulture are all nice ships, the only 2 you should be aiming for are the Moth or Reclaimer. I'm throwing in 2 here because the Moth is not yet purchasable in-game with aUEC, and even though many claim it to generate more earnings per hour as opposed to a solo operated Reclaimer, I just love that ship. Plus, the Reclaimer has PDC turrets. Although salvaging isn't currently quite as profitable in this current patch as it used to be, it's not a bad way to make a living in the verse. Whenever I feel like other game loops are getting a bit much and I need to kick back, salvaging is always there as a safe, surefire way to earn good money in Star Citizen fast. Regardless of whether you pick up the Aegis Reclaimer in-game for 30 million aUEC from Louisville or buy the Argo Moth for cash, they're both great ships that will fill your coffers in no time at all. Sit back, relax, scrape away. aUEC credits farming in Star Citizen doesn't get much easier than this. Number 4. Mining. Probably the most profitable game loot overall at the moment due to the new crafting mechanics. There's no better time than the current to dive into mining. When it comes to ships, you currently only have 3 options: the Drake Golem, MISC Prospector and Argo Mole, all 3 of which have their own pros and cons. As a solo player, you'll definitely want to grab the Mole and mine towards upgrading your mining heads to break even bigger rocks. Soloing the Mole is easy enough. I mean, sure, it's no Golem or Prospector, as in you're going to have to do some cardio in this one. What makes the Mole better is not simply its ability to carry more or some cargo boxes or added armor, but 2 extra mining arms. This gives you more options, allowing you to break a wider variety of rocks, from really fragile ones to granite-like ore, similar to that used in trapping King Arthur's sword Excalibur. So, you mine rocks, then what? Well, you can always refine the ore, keep the good for crafting and sell the rest. Or you can head to aUECcorp.space and sell stuff like refined quantanium for crazy amounts to real players. Just always be sure to check the ratings on there for whoever you're trading with so you don't get scammed. Though personally I've never had a bad experience there myself. Mining can get quite technical, but there are plenty of good guides out there to get you started. Once you get the hang of things, it becomes quite rewarding in a way that I can't quite describe in words. Number 5. Trading. What is probably the most lucrative, scalable way of earning aUEC credits in Star Citizen, cargo hauling requires space, speed and ease of use. Ships like the Raft, Hull B or Hercules C2 spring to mind. But there's a new best in class, and that's the Gatac Railen. Sure, if you're looking for a pure solo hauler for maximum profits, there's always the Hull C, but that's only when and if it works. The new Railen gives you more versatility than the Hull C and much faster loading and unloading times compared to the C2, not to mention some of the best ship interiors currently in-game. CRG have really nailed it with this one. It's just a pity at the time of making this it's not available for purchase in-game with aUEC credits yet, but if you can't get your hands on one right now, grab a Hercules C2 from Area 18 or Orison for just under 19 million aUEC for one of the best haulers / do-it-all ships there is. Though I promised one extra ship that my favorite moneymaker that isn't one of these 5 solo earners. I'd have to say the Cutty Red. The Drake Cutlass Red, paired with Mercenary contracts, Onyx facilities and QV stations, make for a lot of fun and a whole lot of profit. Be sure to check out this video next, hit that subscribe button and let us know your thoughts in the comments.